Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome, guys. Welcome to our weekly training. My name is Marcia Lashley. I'm an independent travel agent with IntelliTravel, and I'm also a certified ambassador, which I'm excited about. My computer's moving a little slow, guys. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to get started right now, hopefully. Welcome to the how-tos in booking travel for independent travel agent. Okay, so this evening, we're going to do some things that's going to really get us active in our business to increase our business strategies. We're going to do that. We're going to increase our income by applying the marketing tools to help us increase our clientele, and we're also going to increase our commissions in doing all three, okay? So let's get started. Do we have any new travel agents on the line? If you can just send me a text message because I'm in recording and I don't want to unmute the lines. So if we have any new agents on the line, I want to make sure that I'm not losing you. So send me a text letting me know that you're new, this is your first time on, and I'll try to go a little slower and really stretch it out so that you can understand what we're talking about. But for the most part, you know, you guys are seasoned agents, and we're going to take it to the next level. All right? Okay. So first thing first, ladies and gentlemen, we are entrepreneurs, right? We own our own business, and so we have to brand ourselves. So in part of branding yourself, there are certain marketing strategies that you want to put in place so that your friends and family, they will know who you are, and other people who don't know who you are, maybe your friends of friends and family will tap into you, maybe your social media account or your website, and they'll know who you are, but you have to brand you. And so IntelliTravel allows us to do that. And they also provide all the marketing tools and everything for us to brand ourselves. So just keep in mind that whatever we do, we have to think outside of the box and be really creative with our own travel agency. Think about it. There's so many of us travel agents, and so we have to find the uniqueness within ourselves to let it be revealed through our business, right? So part of branding is what we really want to get into. And I have some success strategies here that I feel is very appropriate. I think I have 4 of them here for you. The first thing that we want to do is you want to learn. Here's the biggest thing. I feel like each of us shouldn't find a niche. We should learn travel, and we should know all aspects of travel, but you do want to concentrate on an aspect of travel that will pay you a lot of commissions and that your clients will enjoy. So it's a win-win situation for the client and the agent. So I would always suggest and recommend that you guys go with group cruises, because that's where a lot of the revenue is, for your business. So I'm going to encourage you guys to focus on group cruises or group land travel or group shore excursions or whatever we're talking about tonight. Think about it on a level of groups. And remember, whatever we think about, we can bring about. So when you start visualizing your business being successful and you visualizing yourself dealing with certain types of clients that have the money to pay for these great cruises, we don't want to think on the level of one plane ticket and one rental car. We want people who really travel and who want to use a travel agent so that they can get the most out of their money and the best experience as well. So we as agents will have to learn. Strategy number 1 is to learn. We have CLIA courses that you can go into the back office and register with CLIA in our suppliers education tab in our back office and learn about group cruises. CLIA is great. When I went to CLIA last year, guys, I learned so much. I had no idea. As much experience in years that I've had in the travel industry, I've always done land packages. I've always dealt with travel agents for land packages, never cruises. So this was really my first time really being exposed to the wholesale part of cruises. And when I went to CLIA last year, it was amazing. And now I have groups going out. And that was my goal. My goal was to go to CLIA and come back, learn something, learn how to book group cruises, and add that to my business so that I can increase my revenue. So now I have group cruises going out, and I'm enjoying it because I learned from CLIA. And the courses are very effective. And now we have Ensemble as well in the back office where you can book into the group cruises that they already have, and you can get the amenities that comes with it. So these are additional perks. You know, like when people go online and they go to like Travelocity or one of those places, I don't like to call names, but you go to one of those places and they buy travel, they just get what they pay for. They get a double room or a oceanfront cabin, that's it. When they come to us as travel agents, we get them perks. We get them additional amenities and all these different onboard credits and all, because we have access to the suppliers that provide that. So we as agents have to utilize that to help us increase our income, okay? You can also contact our preferred partners, cruise line groups. You can call them up and let them know that you have a group looking to do a cruise. And this is a tip, guys. If you're let's say you call Royal, right? Call Royal up and say, hi, my name is Marcia Lashley. I'm a travel agent, independent travel agent with IntelliTravel. I have a group that's looking to do a cruise, and they're looking at Carnival, and they're looking at Norwegian, because you're talking to Roy, right? They're looking at Carnival, and they're looking at Norwegian. The person that you're speaking to at Royal is going to give you every deal and every special because they want to keep you. But you knew you wanted Royal anyway because you called them, right? Because you wanted your group to go out in Royal. So you just, that's just a tactic that we can use as agents. Don't tell anybody that, you just let them know, hey, I have a group and they're looking at Carnival and Norwegian, but I'm highly recommending Royal, and, and they will give you all kinds of deals and perks and try their best to keep that group with you because they know that they have competitors. And if they hang up the phone with you not buying in or putting a deposit or locking a name in, their competitors are going to get it. So they're going to do everything in their power, and this is the advantage travel agents have, to make sure that they don't get you off that line until they get you into a deal that will satisfy your group. So this is another way, and this is for you new agents. If you are not very familiar with going online, you can call. Seasoned agents can call as well, but this is just another tip for you, okay, for strategies for success. And my computer's moving slow. Okay. Also, you want to sell affinity groups, okay? Affinity groups are a concentrated purpose for the group. Like, everyone know each other. They have something in common. Mostly fraternities and sorority groups. There are so many chapters all around the country. I know that each one of you know someone that's in a fraternity or in a sorority that you can contact tonight, or not tonight because we're going to be done here late, but you can contact them in the morning or tomorrow sometime and, share some information, have a conversation with them, because you want to rekindle. You don't just want to push your business on people. You want to have a conversation with them. How you doing? How's the family? I'm here. I'm getting ready to go on a trip. You always want to bring travel up for some reason. I'm getting ready to take my, working on spring break with my kids or whatever the case may be, but you don't want to sell. You want to ignite a conversation so that you can say, hey, aren't you a part of a fraternity? And then she'll say, or he'll say, yeah, I am. And then you can say, well, as a travel professional, I would love for you, if you guys can consider going on maybe a annual chapter trip. That would be great, because it'll be great for you guys to bond as a group. This is what we tell them. Sports groups. A lot of you guys are basketball moms and football moms and tennis moms and golf moms, or golf players and tennis players. You can put together a group as well. Everyone has something in common. They have tennis in common, they have golf in common, or they have sports in common or something. So you can find those people, put them together, and get a group going right away. Yoga, Pilates, photographers, these people are always looking for a different environment to feel the spiritual connection, especially yoga and Pilates, because I know photographers as well, they love foreign places. Cuba and all these different places. They love if you can initiate a conversation with them. Maybe you know someone on your list. You have no idea what their profession is if you don't get into a conversation with them. And you can suggest having, hey, you know, it'll be great for you as a teacher to get your group together, and you guys can maybe go to Paris or go to Italy for a really amazing project that you guys can probably put together. It's amazing, once in a lifetime views. You know, I mean, we have conversation with people, enticing them to do things all day. Chef, maybe you know a chef. There are so many foodie cruises. On Oceania has foodie cruises, fabulous foodie cruises. People love that. They allow you to be involved and help cook as well and learn, you know, so it's amazing. Corporate partners or local businesses in your neighborhood. There are so many small businesses in your neighborhood, and corporate partners, what they actually do, they have like sales teams, and they compete. So if you connect with them, you can let them know that, you know, you can suggest for them to create a group, a competitive group for maybe the top 5 salespeople for the year, and send them on a group cruise and have some classes on the group cruise as well, some training classes for them as well. But this is a great way, again, to increase the momentum in the sales. It builds camaraderie amongst the group, and it also motivates those salespeople to go out and push harder to get better. You know, so these are great ways for you guys to think of. And also charities, guys. You find a charity, and this one is really amazing, because what the cruise lines will do is they will find, once you contact them and let them know that you have a charity group that, you know, you would like to, get an itinerary going for a charity group, what the cruise lines will do is they will get a portion of the total amount of the cabin will go towards your charities without compromising your commissions as a travel agent. So that, I think that's amazing. So definitely look out for any charities that you may be a part of, or maybe you know of, or maybe in your area. You want to connect with them so that you can get your groups going, and that will help increase your commissions, okay? Definitely want to do that. Think about it, guys. It's a great strategy. The benefits of using a Pied Piper. Now, part of booking groups, the strategy within booking groups is that a Pied Piper, as you guys know, that's a point person who has all the connections, and they'll do all the marketing, they'll get all the paperwork filled out, they'll keep the group excited and hype, and they'll bring everything to you, and all you have to do is put everybody's in the system, or call the cruise lines, or do, you know, go on their website and book them, okay? The Pied Piper doesn't do any selling, and the Pied Piper doesn't do any booking at all. All they do is what the Pied Piper does. And whoever that point person is should be the Pied Piper. That hyper person, that person that knows everyone, they're very social, and they don't mind spreading the word about what's going on. They would love to do it. And then, of course, naturally, you as a travel agent now, you will reward the Pied Piper with a free cabin, onboard credits, maybe some champagne and chocolate-covered strawberries in the cabins, or some perks, you know. So that's what you would do for a Pied Piper, because they're out there working for you. So you're actually using leverage to build and maintain your groups. A great way to have consecutive groups. And you know what? I don't want to go back, but speaking about the yoga groups, one of our travel agents in IntelliTravel, she, I think her name is Christina. She actually knows, she loves yoga. She's a yoga freak, not a freak, but a yoga fanatic. And she has a very close relationship with her yoga instructor. So she contacted her yoga instructor, and she asked her yoga instructor, suggested that she get a group together. It'll be great for her to bond with her students and do a cruise. Well, the yoga instructor agreed, and they created a group. Now, Christina has 12 group cruises of yoga, because the yoga instructor, she's very popular all over Florida, and she has classes everywhere. So she told her students to tell their friends and family, and so everybody ended up going. And now it's every single year that they're going on. I'm talking about, she's booking like 12 groups at a time that's going on. It's simply by using these strategies. So these are great ways for you guys to definitely increase your income and your contacts, okay? Success strategy number 2, you want to upsell. You want to upsell, you want to supersize the value. So when you book a group cruise, you also want to make sure that, or you sell a land package, you want to make sure that the meals, sightseeing, transportation, all those things, Shore Excursion, you want to use Shore Excursion in our back office, our preferred supplier, because they pay better commissions and they have better deals than the cruise lines. So you want to definitely go to Shore Excursions and use them to book your group cruises, okay? And also, guys, 2 things about Shore Excursion really quick. They're amazing. They bill you on an individual basis. So if some of the members of your group don't want to go on the tour or the Shore Excursion, then they will have to pay. So only the people who actually attend the Shore Excursion, they pay, okay? And then they also give you a link. So let's say that you have maybe a sorority. I'm not familiar with them, so let's pick another one. Let's say maybe you have a photography group, and it's Highlight Photography Group. The link will say Highlight Photography Group Cruise, and you can put it in the group social media site that you keep up with, and let everyone go in there, and they can select their shore excursions that they want, and you will get the commissions by them just booking it independently, because the link is linked to you because you contacted Shore Excursions and you had them set it up. So it's a really amazing tool, Shore Excursions. Tours and activities, Ensemble also has on location, which is amazing, guys. If your clients want to do, maybe they want to do wine country in Italy, you know, you can contact Ensemble, and on location, they will set up an amazing tour for them with all these different perks, you know, if they're available. But these are great ways to have additional add-ons to make your client's trip be enormous without them spending a ridiculous amount of money, because we have the suppliers that have these perks for us, okay? Shows and event tickets, you know, we have Sports Empires and we have golden tickets that you can go into. There's also a link that I'm going to show you guys after this presentation in our back office that you can actually book tickets for Vegas or other places. If maybe your clients didn't use a supplier, you can use, you can go in there and use it. I'll show you guys in a little bit, okay? You also want to make sure that you have airfare in there. Just because they're booking a cruise doesn't mean they don't need airfare. And you want to initiate that conversation, because if you don't, they'll just go where they usually go. But you want them to think of, when they think of travel, they must think of you, everything. So you want to initiate, make sure that they have airfare. Make sure that the travel insurance is included. I always include travel insurance before I send the quote. Go to Travel Insured in our back, Travel Insured in our back office, and create a quote. Once you create an itinerary, create a quote and insert the amount, the requirements that they ask, and factor it into the itinerary and present it to your clients. Let them tell you that they don't want it. And when they tell you that they don't want it, you explain to them why. As a travel agent, go watch the Travel Insured video. Very good information on there, and they'll share with you why it's very important for your clients to have travel insurance. And I think that as travel agents, we should be compelled to educate and protect our clients. So you want to sell travel insurance, and you get 20% commissions as well. So it's really a win-win situation for you and your clients, again, okay? So you want to take some time to go through those. Upselling, again, you want to also extend longer cruises. So let's say that they have a 3-day, 4-night cruise, and they take these cruises every year, and they go to the same Royal Caribbean, and they go to the Caribbean every single year on this 3-day, 4-night cruise, right? You as a travel agent, this is part of upselling. I know sometimes you guys get a little iffy about upselling, especially new agents, but upselling is you, again, showing as a travel agent that you actually care about your clients, okay, and that you are going to open up. What we do is we open up their minds. As travel agents, we help them to expand their minds, and we have them to create memories. So they will listen to us when it comes to anything that will help them to expand their experiences. So when you initiate, let's say, you know, Susie comes to you every single year, and she books this 3-day, 4-night cruise with her husband, and they go on Royal Caribbean, and they go to the Caribbean every year, and you know it's coming. Now, it's up to you as an agent to say, hey, Susie, is there a reason why you always take this 3-day, 4-night cruise to the Caribbean, on the Royal Caribbean, on the balcony cabin? And then she will say, or he will say, well, you know, it's just accustomed to it. It's just what we're comfortable with it. Now this is your opportunity to say, well, how about you take a seven-day cruise to Alaska? It's a great experience. You can see the icebergs, and you can go to the Alaska. You can share things about Alaska and about the cruise with her to help open up her mind to taking a longer cruise. And you can also let her know it'll be a nicer ship, so maybe she can take a interior cabin for the same price as the balcony, but the experience on the ship will be fantastic. And of course, it's Alaska, and it's 7 days. So, you know, you can share those things with her. As agents, we can do those things, because clients will listen to us. You also want to suggest a ship within a ship. Like, for instance, she's in a balcony cabin. You can suggest the Haven. Have you ever heard of the Haven? Oh my goodness, it's amazing. You are on the top of the ship. You have a private pool. You have, first of all, you have a key card for access to every part of the ship, but you have a private area where you have a 24-hour concierge. You have butler service. You have a private pool for only Haven members to enjoy. And oh my goodness, can you feel the breeze, sipping your champagne, eating your chocolate-covered strawberries, feeling the breeze? These are things we do as travel agents, and we help them, and before you know it, they're booking the Haven with you. So you have to practice it. Also, the concierge hotels, they have the concierge level where you can also have meetings there. They also have tea time. Certain times of the day they have tea time, or maybe they'll have wine, but you can also have meetings. It's amazing. So these are privileges that you want to suggest to your clients, because when you suggest them and you open up their minds, they're going to book it. Also, dream cars. So, like, let's say, you know, Susie is enjoying the Haven and everything that you're telling her, and her husband is like, oh, my goodness, this is my money going out the window. And you're seeing that he's not very happy, because maybe they're in front of you, and you're seeing that you're losing him a little bit. You, as an agent, you want to keep both of them. So you can turn to him and you can say, well, you know, since Susie's going to be enjoying the spa and the luxuries of the cruise, and you're going to be in California somewhere, maybe I can put you in a convertible Ferrari, and you can ride the coast, and you can take care of your business while she does that. And this is the way, and then he'll probably be like, that's a good idea. After all, it is my money. And then he'll book, and that's here. In addition to your cruise, you just got a green card. We have to do these things, guys. We have to initiate, because people, when they travel, let me tell you what they think of. They think of air, hotel, and transportation. That is it. You know, whenever your clients call you, that's what they say. I need to book a plane ticket. I need to book air. I need air and hotel, and make sure transportation is in there. And that's it. And if you could just go along with it, that's exactly what you will book. So you want to break it down a little. With the air, would you like to upgrade to first class? It's that hot towel, that complimentary glass of wine. Sell it. It's more commissions for you. Sell the upgrade, you know, sell the shifting technique here that I'm getting ready to go into. You know, you want to quote options to move up a category or a brand. So if they're at the Holiday Inn, you want to help send them to the Marriott. Or if they're at the Marriott, you want to invite them to another level up. And maybe they're at the lower level Marriott, you want to invite them to the JW, or a boutique collection. So you want to move them up a category. You know, maybe they're always on the lower level. Maybe they're always on a Carnival cruise. You want to introduce them to a Crystal cruise or a Celebrity cruise. You know, you want to do that as a travel agent. This is how you upsell and you increase your income, okay? Now, you also, as a travel agent, you want to quote 3 quotes: low, medium, and high. And how we do that is you never really want to ask them about their budget. So what you want to do is you want to say something like, maybe Karen is having a wedding. Karen is planning her 20th anniversary, her wedding honeymoon in Hawaii. Let's say Karen is planning her wedding honeymoon in Hawaii, and she comes to you and she asks you to help her with it. The way you can find out about her budget, because, she's planning a wedding and she has a lot going on, so you really don't know what her budget is, but you know that she likes to experience things and she doesn't mind spending the money. So you want to find out where she is. You let her know, I have three, you let her know you have 3 levels, or you let her know, first, what I have for you is I have the blah, blah, blah resort in Hawaii, and it's the top floor, it's a balcony, you have a balcony wrapped around your entire room, and it's the luxury suite, and you can sit on the patio, and when you're sitting there, all you'll feel is the beautiful breeze, and it's nothing but ocean. It's all ocean. You don't see anything but ocean, and you can have your champagne and strawberries and enjoy the ambiance of it. And then I also have another category where it's still a balcony. It's not wrapped around. It's still pretty nice. However, you'll see the ocean, you'll also see the pool, and you'll also see the grilling. And then there's also another category that is towards the front side of the hotel. So it's more facing the road, and you'll see the black lava from the volcanoes. It's more on the lower side level, but it's still the same property. And then ask them, which would you prefer to experience? Let them tell you. They'll say, well, I would like to experience the top floor with the... Let them tell you, and they will, guys. I promise you they will, because we always sell value, okay? We never assume that price is more important. You always want to know that people are paying for experiences. They want to experience something, and sometimes people have been working for a very long time. So money is an issue, but it's really not an issue, and they don't want to tell you that they want to ball out because they feel like maybe you'll just go spending their money wild. So you want to be a conscious agent and present it to them in that manner so that they can receive it, and then you'll be paid your commissions, okay? Strategy number 2, be the first to tell your clients about everything. So you want to be the first to tell your clients about river cruising. A lot of people don't know about river cruising, a lot of people, and they'll tell you, oh, I travel all the time, and they're always in a plane or they're always in a car, but they're traveling, and they are traveling. But there's so much more to travel that they don't know. So if you don't initiate it and invite them, go into the hot deals, pull the hot deals out in our back office, send it to them, share with them. Sometimes people are sitting there thinking maybe they want to go to Greece, but they feel like it's going to cost them $10,000 to go to Greece. And here you go with a hot deal for Greece for $4,000. And you know she wanted to go, you put it out there and you share it with her. And she's like, oh, man, this is an awesome deal. I didn't know that I could just go to Greece for $4,000. I thought I'd have to spend $10,000. And, maybe she'll book with you right then, or maybe she'll say, I can't get off work right now. And then you can say, well, what are the days that you feel like in the near future that you feel like you'll be off? Because what I can do is I can check for you for more hot deals, and as they come by, I'll present them to you so I can keep you in the know, and then you can go ahead and put your deposit down and lock in your deal, lock in your rates. So that's what you do with the hot deals, okay? You also want to share new ships, new resorts, new destination areas like Cuba. You want to be the first one. So when those promos come in and when those suppliers send us emails and send us information, you want to make sure that you get the information to your clients and be the first one to present it to them so that when they think of it, they'll think of you. Think about it. If you are the first person to introduce them to a river cruise and they've never even thought of it, whenever they see that Viking River Cruise or that Riviera River Cruise commercial comes on, guess who do you think they're going to think of? You, because you are the first person that presented that idea to them. And now they're going to look into it further. And then they're going to say, let me just call Tiffany because she knows about river cruises. After all, she's the first person that sent it to me. So this is a great way, okay? You want to make sure that you do that. Then you also want to tie in some entertainment, guys. You want to tie in a theme or a special event, okay? There's so many ways to do that, like that Sex and the City, the girls trip that was in New Orleans. They had girls trips to New Orleans, and these are trips that travel agents could book for your clients and give them all these additional perks and all these additional things that will make them come back to you. When they book them as a group, guess what happens? After that group trip is over, each individual person or in that group will come back to you for a separate trip with another group. Or they'll send someone to you because they had a great experience with that group. So it's great to book groups, okay? So part of increasing your commissions and increasing your activity and really putting action into your business is trying to focus on groups. I'm not saying not to focus on individual travel. You want to do those as well. They're always around. But you want to really pursue groups, because that's where you really can increase your commission, and you can apply leverage. You can apply the Piper strategies. You can contact certain types of people that I shared with you. I know you guys have those people around you. So just make a list and contact them and reach out to those people and share the marketing tools and so on that we have in the back office. Success, which means success strategy number 4, power tools. Use your marketing materials, okay? They're power tools for business. That means they'll help you increase your clientele. The activities will help you increase your commissions. You'll increase your sales, okay? That's what these tools are for. And IntelliTravel and these suppliers, it's over $100,000 in marketing material, guys, that we have access to in our back office. So use them. The customizable newsletter, I used those before. They're actually great, because here's why. You can actually go in, and if we have some time tonight, maybe I can go. My computer's moving pretty slow. But the newsletters are really cool, because you can create recipes. I know you guys, a lot of you guys cook a lot. You have favorite food. You have New Orleans type food and all these different types of cultural food. You have Caribbean food. You can create a recipe and put it out there and let your readers know, your clients know, this is my favorite recipe, and this is the time of the year that I make it when I'm getting ready to send my kids off to spring break. I would rather send them off to spring break than to have them, hanging around, driving, drunk, or doing whatever. So I would rather have them all in one place. So I'm planning a trip, a Club Med trip for spring break with them. And I always make these cookies right before they go, or whatever the recipe is, right before they go. What do you do with your kids for spring? What are you doing with your kids for spring break? Or you can say something like, I always make these particular cookies, and they always remind me of the funnel cake when I'm on a Disney cruise. You never asked them to book anything. You just suggested, you just painting the picture again, because that's what we do, right? You're saying, this funnel cake, this recipe always smells like funnel cake, which reminds me of Disney cruise. Whenever I go on a Disney cruise, I always enjoy the funnel cakes and all these things or whatever. What are you doing for your children for spring break, or whatever the case may be? And that's a subtle way of just opening up their minds, but you're connecting with them, and you're sharing something personal. You're sharing a personal recipe. So it's not really business, and you're not really selling, but you're communicating, and you're keeping in touch with your clients, so that when you do send them something, they'll open up. Whenever they send you send them something, you want them to always want to go to your email, because they know that nobody wants to be sold. They want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. So we don't want to sell. We want to invite and initiate and open up their minds. That's what we want to do. So that's why we would use that strategy. And then also travel incentives. I have some here. These are, excuse me, guys. Oh, talking to you guys. Travel incentives. These are so cool. You guys should order them. Here's why. You can use them to increase, again, your strategies for increasing people to book with you. You can use them as for travel parties. What you can do, well, let me tell you first. For new travel agents, or not so new travel agents, but you haven't really been exposing your business on social media, this is a great way for you to use, especially the 3-day, 2-night giveaway. So you can create a post and say, Italy is on my bucket. Italy's on my bucket list. I've been really trying. Italy's on my bucket list. What is on yours? Drop the comments below and let me know which for a chance to win a raffle for a 3-day, 2-night getaway, something like that. Okay, you can get creative. I would love to go to Italy. I want to go to Italy. What's on my bucket list is Italy. I am planning a trip to Italy because it's on my bucket list. What's on your bucket list? Drop your answers in the comments below to be in the running for a 3-day, 2-night getaway. People are going to drop their comments. They're going to tell you where they want to go, right? Great way to accumulate people, right? Because now you have their names, their profile. So now you have their names, and now you know where they want to go. So then you want to get a spreadsheet or get a book. And every person that wants to go to Italy, you put them in this list. And everyone that goes to Greece, you put them in this list. And that's what you do with those people that you collect when you go on social media. This is a great way for you to show people that you are active and you want to add value and you do have something to give to them. So then what you also can do is how you select the winner is you go and you look at all those people that left a comment, look at their friends list. And the person that has the least friends that you have, those are the ones that I would suggest be the winner. Here's why. Because they're not your friends. Their friends are not your friends. And that's a great way for them to be your friends, because when they win, you're going to go to their page and you're going to post, "Hi, Tiffany, you were selected as the winner for the 3-day 2-night getaway. You remember you post a comment saying that you would like to go to Italy or whatever. You are the winner." And when you tag her, all her friends will see it. Once all her friends will see it, they're like, "Oh, that Tiffany, she's giving away some serious," or "that Marcia is giving away some trips. I need to go friend her because she's doing it." And now you'll find that you're adding. And then you do it again. What is on your bucket list? And you'll accumulate them. Now, travel parties. You can also use these for travel parties. How do you do that? When you do a travel party, you want to invite your people that you know, physical people that you know. You also want to invite people on social media. So you're going to send an announcement to social media that you're having a travel party at your home, and even though they're virtual, they can still be invited to it, to participate in it, right? Then you're going to go into your closet, your attic, your garage, or maybe the dollar store, and you're going to get a bucket, right? A bucket with a handle. And you're going to write bucket list on it. Then you're going to get some paper out of a book like this, and you're going to cut them in 4, and you're going to put name, telephone number, email address, and physical mailing address. Put those on the paper for them to fill it out. Why do you want their physical mailing address? Because you want to go ahead and put it into the Ensemble marketing tool back there, and then your clients will be able to receive all these awesome information with all the different perks and travel. Once your clients have these, they're going to contact you, because Ensemble only encourages our clients to book with us, okay? So they don't give supplier information. They give straight your information is going to be on there for them to contact you. So that's a great way for you to send information to your clients without you physically sending it. So you want to put their address on there. And then when you're doing a travel party, there's going to be a segment where you're going to go ahead and you're going to print out your hot deals, and you're going to print out any exclusive offers. You want to have those there along with your theme. And then you're going to insert some of these in some of those flyers. You want to do that with the hot deals. And then you have certain selected few will pick those up, and they will get these. And how they get them is you'll have specials, because when you have a travel party, the first thing you want to do is, according to your theme, you want to go ahead and have either a cruise line or a land package. You want to have some kind of special there for your clients to put a deposit down. Every one of your clients that you invite to your travel party, guys, should put at least a $50 refundable deposit, because all the deposits are $50 refundable, $50 per person, and that's all it requires for them to lock in a vacation package. So when you have your travel parties and you're doing your hot deals and you have your specials and you really want them to put the deposit down and you don't feel like maybe they're not biting, that's when you bring this out and you let them know that the deposit is refundable. It's $50. And it is refundable, and whoever puts a deposit down tonight on a package will receive a 3-day 2-night getaway, okay? Then also, you invited your Facebook friends to your travel party, right? When you're going to do the bucket list thing, you want to go ahead in Facebook, and you want to get a tripod, and you want to set up your phone so that they can see the bucket list thing, because you may not want them to see your whole party. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. But I would focus on the bucket list thing, because that's what you invited them for, the giveaway, bucket list, what's on your bucket list. So when you're doing the bucket list segment is when you want to connect to Facebook and then put it on a tripod and have them, those same people who put their names on a bucket list and, put their thing, collect their information as well and do a drawing for them and post it for them, because we know how much these things cost as travel agents. So we can make sure that we have more than enough of them to circulate at our travel party. Another thing you want to have at your travel party also is the customer profile form. You want to print those out ahead of time, and you want to have them for your friends and your friends' friends. And again, back to this real quick. You can also use this to invite your people. You can tell them that the first person that brings 3 guests will receive a 3-day, 2-night getaway at your travel party, right? So these are ways to encourage people to come out to your travel party, and make sure when you have it, you have those deals and those exclusive offers there so that they can put a deposit down on it. And then you follow up with this. Okay, it's a great strategy for you to increase it. I promise you guys are going to tell me that really worked. I bet you guys will. Okay, and that is, and then of course we also have IntelliTravel customizable business builders, which are the keychains, the luggage tags, and all of those in the back office. Okay, that's a great way. Let me tell you how you can use these. They have coffee mugs and all of those in there. So if you have like you have your children's teachers, Easter is coming up and these little holidays are coming up, Mother's Day is coming up, or Teacher of the Year, you want to present them with maybe a gift card for coffee, Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or something. You can order one of those cups that has the IntelliTravel logo on it, and you can stick the gift card in there and present it to them. And when they're drinking their coffee and they're sitting at their desk and these kids are driving them crazy, and they pick up their mug and be like, oh, I need a vacation. And they grab their cup and they drink it, they're going to see, oh, that's Marcia. I'm calling her right now. I need a vacation. But I was right there in her face all along. So you want to present yourself in people's faces subtly without being so bold in their faces, because we have ensemble to be bold. We don't have to necessarily be bold, but we want to initiate for sure. And then also IntelliTravel, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram repost. So maybe you guys are not familiar with compliance, or maybe you're not big on social media, and maybe you don't know what to post. Maybe you have no content because you don't post. It's okay. There's so many of us out there like that. IntelliTravel also has their social media pages that you can go and you can share those. You can repost those, on your page, just to show your clients that you are in the travel business and that you have information that will educate them. They also have blogs and podcasts. You want to definitely go in there and use those to post on social media so that you can educate your clients on the 10 best places to travel in the fall, or how to travel, the top places that are pet friendly, that accept pets, or how to travel safe, how to protect your belongings at home and when you're out on your person. There's so many different ways and different posts that we can put out there to educate people and also to initiate them, let them know that we're serious and we're passionate about what we do and we want to share with them. Then you also want to go with the free personalized websites. You definitely want to use those websites, guys, because people can book while you are actually doing other stuff that you're doing. Maybe you're booking a group. They can book their individual bookings. Maybe they just want a hotel or rent a car. Let them go to your website and use it. Post office, okay? The instant marketing plan, like I told you guys before. Ensemble, they sent it directly to you. You want your clients to be able, and what they do is they will, when you send the information, they will find out what type of traveler your client is, and they will send the appropriate material to the right client. Like if your clients like to river cruise, they're going to get river cruise stuff. If your client likes to adventure travel, they're going to send them adventure travel stuff. So you want to get that in there. This is a great way to help increase, because your clients are going to be calling you like, I received that thing and I want to book that trip, and you're going to have no idea what they're talking about because you don't have one. You never put your information in and you never received it. So your clients are going to get it, but you're not going to get it. So you want to make sure that you go in there and you set yourself up to get those, okay? And then again, the hot deals and exclusive offer, guys. They come out all the time, and they really have great deals. So you want to get in there and you want to utilize those hot deals of the week, okay? Success strategy number 4, the last success strategy, where to get training. So we talked about everything that you should do. Where do you go, right? So IntelliTravel also has the Quick Start Guide, which is the 10 top things that you should do as a travel agent in your business. Read through all of them, guys, and then go back to the one that resonates with you, where you are in your business, because we're all in different places in our business. And all of them have an idea what they are, and then you go back to the one that really resonates with you because you can relate to it because this is where you are at this moment in your travel business, and work on that. And then once you finish that and you complete that, go to the next one. It's 10 of them. And once you complete all of them, you'll be very knowledgeable. You'll know what to do as far as getting started in the right direction, okay? IntelliTravel University and online videos also. With IntelliTravel University, it's basically educating you on your back office and your travel business. And it's like, let's say that you get a new job, right? You guys start a new job. When you start a new job, the first thing you want to know is where your desk is, where where the break room is. What system are you going to be working on? Who are you going to be working with? Where's the lunchroom? Did I say where's the lunchroom? Where's your parking space? These are things that you need to know when you first start a job, because you're not going to be able to function if you don't know certain things, right? Same thing with your back office. It's your office. It's just your virtual office. And little by little, you have to learn certain things in order to really make it functionable, right? It's also like driving a car. When you first start driving a car, what do you think of first? You think of the wheels, the pedals, the brakes. The wheels, the pedals, the brakes. You're not doing anything else but the wheels, the pedals, the brakes, right? And then as time progresses, you find yourself looking at the navigator, fussing at your kids, playing the music. You're doing all these different things, and you're not really concentrating on the brakes and the pedals. And then one day you look down and you see the cruise control button. You're like, what's that? And then you press it, and long distance driving has never been the same again. Progress, right? Little by little, you learn about that car, and before you know it, you're a pro at the car. You're out. Same thing with your back office, guys. If you don't get familiar with your back office, I don't see how you're going to really make a really successful business. You have to know what you have back there, and then you'll be able to really use it. And when you are doing your business as a business owner, you should feel like the CEO of your own business. You want to make sure that if you get a phone call at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, or you get an email because you can't sleep and you're up and you have to check your email, and you get a client that says that they want to book a trip to Dubai or wherever, you don't have to wait till the morning. You can go into your back office and you can get the booking right away. You just need to know what to do. And in order for you to know that, you have to go into your back office and you have to go through the IntelliTravel University online videos. You'll know what you have, and then you'll know what to do automatically. I'm telling you from experience, guys, because that's what I do, okay? I'm just sharing that with you guys. Weekly webinars and podcasts. More information there as well. So once you guys tune in, and then you can go back and listen to it. You know, they're going to be in IntelliTutorials. You can go back there and listen to it, okay? IntelliTutorials also, let me tell you about that. Especially for new agents, or not so new agents, everybody. We talked about niche in the beginning. When we first started the presentation, I talked about niche, right? Finding a niche and narrowing it down. Maybe, let's say that you want to do adventure travel. Go into IntelliTravel Tutorial. Because they're categorized by categories, suppliers, and different categories of travel. So you can go into the category section and go into adventure travel and watch a couple of the videos. Watch them like 2 or 3 times and become certified, and go out there and post it that you are officially a certified specialist for your adventure travel specialist. And then you're going to see people are going to start commenting, congratulations, and they're going to ask you for comment. They're going to comment you and ask you, well, do you do couples only, or what kind of adventure travel do you go? You want to be able to respond to them. So, you know, maybe you go back in the video into IntelliTravel Tutorial, you watch some videos again, and then you go back to them, and then you say, whatever it is, you answer the question, but you have the information already. You don't need to call anyone or do anything. And then once you solidify or anchor down their destination, then you can go into your back office, into the vacation tab, and find a supplier. Log in and give them a quote. You don't have to contact anyone. You don't. As long as you're registered with all the preferred suppliers, you have access. So as the CEO of your own business, you should be able to get up any time of the night or morning or day and be able to book without having to pick up the phone and call anyone, okay? That's where we want to get to. And, of course, Ensemble Conferences as well helps you educate you on the properties and the different types of travel that they have. So if you're not educated, guys, again, if you're not educated, it's not going to work. I just want to go over these 3 forms. It's very important, especially this middle one. I talked to you guys about this one, especially with having travel parties and having it, printing it out in advance, making sure it's there, because it's another great way for you to get information. And the more information you have on your clients and their travel preferences, because that's what this form does. This form shares, ask them for certain information, their birthdays, anniversaries. Then you can send them information, help keep in touch with them when it's their anniversaries, and invite them to a cruise. Maybe you know their anniversary is coming up in April, or maybe in June. You want to send them something right now and say, this will be a great way for you to celebrate your upcoming 20th anniversary. Hey, she remembered that? Yeah, it's in the form. See, people, you can blow people's minds with the simple little things, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, that Tiffany is just amazing. She just remembered my children's birthdays. She remembered my anniversary. She remembered all the special things that we just had that one conversation. That's because Tiffany was writing it down, and Tiffany kept a file. And so now when the right time, she'll share information with them and help them book without selling to them. The next form is the credit card authorization form. So, especially for new agents, under no circumstances, none at all, do we accept cash, PayPal, Swipe, Cash App, Flap App, App, none of that. The only thing we do is we accept this form, and it goes from the clients to us to the supplier. And after the clients travel, 30 days after they travel, and they come back, and you get your commissions, rip it up, throw it away, okay? You want to make sure, and then when do you present this form? So let's say that you get a quote, right? And you finally got your clients where you want them. The price is right and everything, and they're like, okay, I want that one. Lock that one in. Okay, before you do anything else, because you get excited, you're going to lose it. Before you do anything else, to say, okay, the only way that I can lock this in is if when I send this form, you send it back to me right away, I can lock it in. Because I can't lock it in without a credit card. They say, well, let me send a picture of it. That's fine. You can do that too. But I still need you to fill this form out, because this form gives me permission to charge a card. Then you send it to them and have them send it back. If they don't send it back, you can't lock it in. They want that package. They're going to send it back. I've never had a client who did not send that form back. So if they want that package, they will send that form back, guys. I know what I'm telling you. So use it, because it protects you as a travel agent. It protects your client. It protects you from your client. It protects you from being sued, and it also protects IntelliTravel. And then IntelliTravel can help you, because if your client decides to sue you, IntelliTravel can help you. How can they sue you? They can sue you if, let's say that you are in a megachurch. You're a member of a megachurch. And I don't know about the positions in megachurch. The clergyman or someone in the executive parts know that you're a travel agent, and they said, hey, you know, Karen, I know you're a travel agent, and we have this huge cruise, and it's probably going to fill the whole ship up, and then your eyes just open up big, and your heart starts beating, because you know that's some serious income, and you're excited, right? And they say, you know, you send them a cruise quote or whatever, and they see it, and they say, well, we want to put the deposit down on the quote that you sent us, but we only have cash. And let's say, Karen, you took it because you have Karen's travel cruises with us, and you take it and you book their cruise on the Karen's travel cruises with us because they gave you cash. And you know, IntelliTravel doesn't accept that, but you know, you own your own business, so you can do that, right? So you go to cruise line, you go to Royal, and you take their cash and you put it on a deposit on their cruise. Well, something goes down along the way, and there's some issues with the cruise, and maybe it ended up being canceled. And they can't get their money back because, number one, you didn't use your host agency. You used your Karen's travel cruise with us, and you gave them cash, and now you can't get the money back. And now your client's like, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to get your money back because after you told them, well, I'm sorry, it's not a refund. I can't get your refund back. Oh, yes, I will. I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to sue your behind. They can. And if that happens, guess what happens? You lose your business with IntelliTravel because now IntelliTravel can't help you. You didn't fill the form out. there's no way that they can advocate and protect you and, you know, find a way to maybe give that client their money back. But that wouldn't happen because you cannot accept cash and you cannot go directly to the cruise line. You have to go through the proper channels. So use this form, guys. It protects everyone in the game, okay? And then the insurance waiver, the waiver of travel insurance coverage form. This is a pretty neat form as well. Like I told you guys in the beginning, you always want to include your travel insurance quote into the quote before you present it to your clients. So let's say you did that and they're going through, well, here's what I'm going to share with you guys. What Travel Insured always use is the Best Buy experience. So let's say this guy was saving up his money and he wanted this big screen TV at Best Buy's, and it's like $1,200. And he saved his money up. And it took him a while, but he did it. And he goes and gets the big screen, touch screen, everything he wants. And he gets it and he goes up to the cash register. And this is like this young teenage person there. And they're like, you know, hey, would you like to purchase insurance, an additional $300? And he's like, no, I don't want to purchase no additional. You know how long it took me to save this $1,200? I don't want to purchase no $300 insurance. This TV better work. And he goes out the door. Well, travel is a little different. You don't want to present a package for $5,000 to your client and then come after and add a $500 insurance coverage. They're never going to buy it. But if you factor it in the package, everything that you present to them is already, when you give them that total and they see that total, everything's already covered. They already know that. So when they're going through it, itemizing, and they see travel protection, they'll either question you and ask you, what is it for? And then that's when you explain to them how it protects them. And if you watch that Travel Insured video, you'll know how it protects them. So that's the lesson that I want you guys to do. Go watch it. I'm not going to tell you guys everything. Go watch the travel protection video, the Travel Insured video, and IntelliTravel tutorial, and you'll learn about all the ways that you can tell your clients how that travel protection can protect them. And the reason why I want you to do it is because you get 20% commissions, and I don't get it. You do. So go watch those videos, and that will help you to encourage your clients to keep the travel protection on their package. They won't want to they won't want to take it off. So you want to watch those videos, but it will help them. You know, sometimes they may be iffy about their jobs. Maybe they're not sure that they have all those days off, or maybe there's a medical condition, and maybe, you know, they're concerned, like maybe my medical condition might act up and this can mess up my trip. But you can assure them that with Travel Insured, it's actually insurance coverage, okay? It's actually insurance coverage, so it actually covers them, and they can cancel for any reason. Excuse me. So if they cancel, then they get 100% of their money back. It's well worth it. You also want to, I'm going to point to the screen, you also want to fill out this information here, because you want them to see the amount of their package, and you want them to see the amount it costs to protect it. So you're giving them the amount that's at risk, and you've also given them the amount that it costs to protect that risk. And a logical traveler will keep that insurance, okay? Got it? And this form, again, I'm going to just go over this part right here, very important, because a lot of people don't know if you, one of the reasons why we ask these questions is back to that upselling that I told you about. You want to know what hotels they've stayed in and enjoyed, and the reason why is because you don't want to put them back in the same hotel, but then you also want to upsell them and let them know, well, if you've enjoyed this, you're definitely going to enjoy this in Brazil. Oh my gosh, it's exotic, and that's what we do. So you always want to take it up a notch. You ask them where they've been, and when they tell you, you invite them to go somewhere else that's even better, because people always want to get a better experience, okay? What cruise lines and resorts you've enjoyed, same thing. You want to know, because you want to upsell them. You want to make sure that you present a better experience for them the next time around. And then what activities will they enjoy? Again, this will help you to upsell and add that to that package to supersize it to increase your commissions, okay? Because the more our clients experience things on their vacations, is the more they're going to talk about you. I have the best travel agent in the world. She did this, and he did that, and I got this, and I got that, and I would have never gotten that if I went on Travelocity or one of those places. So this is how we bring about those kinds of reactions out of our clients, okay? More clacks, this is actually an error. This is not supposed to be in there, but it's more questions that you ask your clients. And again, I explained to you guys when we use this form, when we have that conversation, because every time, and again, when you collect information from the credit card information from your customers to pay for travel and other services, failure to secure the authorization in this way could result in a chargeback of credit card funds by your customer, for which you'll be responsible for, so you don't want that, okay? Because IntelliTravel also reserves the right to collect any such chargebacks, associated penalties, and costs from you, including offsetting any amounts you owe from commissions or any other payments due to you from IntelliTravel. And you don't want to compromise your commissions, so you definitely want to use that form. And I have to reiterate, as an ambassador, I have to, okay? It's an error, guys. I talked about these forms already. I was supposed to take these out, and I didn't. So let's just skip past these. And I talked about the post office and direct mail already. Business cards, you want to make sure that you have your business cards. And then also, you want to make sure that you not only give a business card, but you want to get a business card. When you receive a business card, it's another way for you to connect with people on social media, and you're able to send them marketing materials. Marketing materials are the way that you open up people's minds and you get them to book with you. People are seeing all kinds of, I don't even watch TV, so I couldn't come off the top of my head with one of those drugs, you know, Cymbalta, one of those. People see those things all day on TV, and it will be refreshing for them to go into their social media and see something that will really take them away. They will really indulge in it, but we don't do it as often, and we should. So use your marketing tools, and when you connect with someone, you give a business card, but you also want to collect a business card as well so that you can build with them and find out about their travel preferences, where they've been, where they want to go, and then you can leak on them, drip on them. Send them hot deals and send them marketing tools, not marketing tools, but send them marketing materials, brochures, and exclusive offers that will entice them to want to go. Okay? I think we're down to the end of this. The last one, travel incentives. We talked about this briefly already, so because we talked about it, I'm just going to run through it. And also booking charter values. Now, FunJet has charter values, and Vacation Express also has those. A great way for you to get a better airfare for your clients. You get 15% commission on air, especially with FunJet. This is pertaining to FunJet. Vacation Express is a different amount percentage, but I know with FunJet it's 15%. And then free bags checked, free snacks, and sometimes you get free drinks. So, you know, and these are nonstop flights. These are better for your clients. So you want to make sure that you get into those and not just constantly go with the commercial published rates, okay? I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And, of course, we have our air consolidators where we can get paid commissions, domestic and international. And travel agents will usually get paid commissions on air. Airlines don't do that. IntelliTravel gives us a service fee for every passenger that we book in our back office. But ultimately, you want to go to our air consolidators, and our preferred air consolidator is Skybird, okay? SkybirdTravel.com. For those of you who have never been there before, you go to SkybirdTravel.com and you want to register as a new agent, put in IntelliTravel's information, create your username and password. It'll take about 24 to 48 hours for them to respond to you with your confirmed login credentials, and then you're good to go. And that is pretty much the end of tonight's training. We can go into hands-on and Q&A in a minute. Anyone has any questions, I'm going to open up the lines so that you guys can feel free to ask them. All right, guys, any questions? I see you guys are still all there with me. Any questions? No questions? I see questions. Tiffany.
Earlier you said you were talking about in success strategy number 1, and you're talking about that we could book into group cruises that they already have on Ensemble. Where exactly do we find those?
Okay, so what you do with Ensemble is you want to make sure that when you go to Ensemble and you see the logos, remember last training I shared with you guys the different logos. When you go into Ensemble and you go into cruises, or you hit search and you search for cruise and all of them come up, you want to see, when you see the little logo that says either amenities or hosting or a hosted sale or amenities on there, then you can click on, you'll see that particular thing, and you want to contact your supplier, your cruise supplier. And once you contact them to book, you can let them know what you saw, discuss it with them, because they know that Ensemble is a member of IntelliTravel. That's automatically in there. So they will connect that Ensemble hosted cruise or amenities or whatever it is that you selected. They will be able to link it at the cruise line. We don't book in Ensemble.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't book an Ensemble. What we do is we go in there. So that's why I say, when you guys want to encourage your clients to take a wine country tour in Italy, or maybe you have a chef that has a restaurant here and you want to invite him to take a group trip back to Italy and do some tours of restaurants that he's familiar with, or his favorite restaurants, whatever. You can use On Location and Ensemble, but you can go in there and you can find the right tour for them, and then once you're booking the package, you can include that, because Ensemble is already factored into IntelliTravel. So once you are booking with the supplier and you mentioned, you let them know the Ensemble, what you saw, they'll include it in there for you.
Okay.
You can just contact IntelliTravel customer service and they'll help you with that as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next? Susan is next. Susan.
Hi, Marcia. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
I am doing fine. How are you?
I'm super fantastic.
Good, good. I had two questions. Well, one is a question and one is kind of like, I guess, asking your opinion. So the first one is, I had a situation tonight with Carnival.
Okay.
I called to book a cabin, and somehow the Carnival agent booked my cabin under a different group. So the quote that he gave me was completely, yeah. I don't know how he made that kind of error, because, of course, when you call, you say, I'm Susan Plummer with IntelliTravel, this is my IATA, blah, blah, blah. But somehow he booked them on a 5-day cruise under a different agent. Anyways, it took me like 2 hours later to get it rectified. What they did for me was they couldn't honor the price that they gave me, because they said it was way lower than the 7-day sailing that I have. But what they did do was they agreed to put them at the lowest balcony rate, but upgrade them to a panoramic deck balcony.
Wonderful. The power of a travel agent.
So that's what I was asking you, like your recommendation on, do you think that was enough? Because they gave me that. They said, fine, we'll give you like a 8A price.
Let me ask you a question. How many people did you have going on that? Was it a group?
Yeah, this is part of my group cruise, yes.
Oh, so you were adding to your group cruise?
Yeah. Which is why I don't understand how, and it's funny because when I spoke to the agent, he says, he repeated my information. He's like, oh, so this is a Glory sailing August 11, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand how he repeated all that information and then booked it under a different clear number. It was very, very strange.
Did you initially contact the groups department?
I did.
Okay.
And it's one of those situations where I didn't, I'm thinking, let me use an agent, because one of the cabins that it's actually 2 cabins I was booking. One was a single. And I wasn't sure how to handle the single online. So that's why I even called them in the first place. And this was strange for me, because I know people make mistakes, but I honestly did not expect a Carnival agent to make that kind of an error.
Right. And this is why we as agents, you know what I do, Susan, when I'm on the line with a representative for the cruise lines or any agents or any supplier, I have them email me before I hang up.
Okay.
I always make sure that I receive that email, and once I get that ding, that Gmail ding on my phone or my email, I click on it and I look at everything before I hang up. I always do that. I'm a long talker. I keep them on the phone. Here's a tip. I was a tour operator for years. I was fully trained as a tour operator, so I can tell you some things. And what I do know is they are allowed to stay on the phone with us for 1 hour, okay? We don't usually use 1 hour. So don't be so quick to rush them off the phone, because a lot of times we're anxious. I'm not talking about you, Susan. I'm talking about in general, because I know you've been dealing with them a lot. But for the newer agents, you know, sometimes we get so anxious and we just want to get what we got to get and get out of there. But you want to make sure that whatever you do, when you're confirming something, you don't want to hang up with that supplier until you've received your copy of the email that they said they're sending to you, because ultimately you always request an email after a payment or after finalization or anything, any changes, you always want an updated email. You have them send it to you right away. And you don't hang up until you receive that email and you look through all of it, because if there are any errors, you have the opportunity to have them correct it and resend. You know how many times they've done that to me, and they've resent me several emails in that same conversation because they just couldn't get it right?
Right. Okay.
So that's as a travel agent, it's a great way for you to eliminate the error on their part, because it's a whole lot of them, and you know sometimes you never know if you're speaking to a fairly new person. You never know, so you want to, as an agent, and the more we experience these things, is the more we're able to equip ourselves, right? And be strategic and not hang up the phone before we, get all our information before we hang up the phone. That way they can correct it. But I want to commend you on that, because I think that was great what you did. And that's the power of a travel agent, okay? And it's a great way, I talked about travel parties earlier. This is a great way for you to, because a lot of people don't feel like they need a travel agent anymore. And when we have our travel parties, the reason why we have our travel parties is to make sure that we get people to book with us to increase our revenue, right? So we should be doing travel parties every couple of months, especially seasons. We should be putting those travel parties out there and just have those specials out there and have them presented to our clients and have them book with us. But this is a great way for you to explain to clients as well, because people don't realize the perks. Now, if your group were just individually booking and something like that happened, they would have never been able to get that upgrade at that rate.
Right.
They wouldn't.
And it's
they
funny
wouldn't be
because,
able to.
I mean, I was able to, because I felt very, very funny, like telling my client, oh, well, now you're going to have to pay like almost $600 more. But I guess the thing that helped me was I just said to them, at the end of the day, I would have had to call you and tell you that the actual cost of your cruise is $2,100, right? But the good news is that you will still be paying $2,100. However, you'll be on the panoramic deck.
There you go. There you go.
But it was
all
like,
about how we present it too. Yeah.
It was one of those experiences. Truly, like I felt today, like, oh my God, now I got to really put on my TA hat.
Very good. Very good. The more we experience these things, the better we become.
Oh, oof. I don't want to ever experience that again, but yeah. Okay.
I think you did great, Susan. Congrats.
Thank you. And last one, I swear to God, this one is quick. You don't have to do it now.
This is what this is about. This is what this is about.
I don't want to monopolize the time, though. I have a group of 5 that wants, not a group of 5. I want to book 5 rooms in Montego Bay, July 20th to August 1st. I wanted to use Groups Your Way so that people can go in and do it themselves on vacation access.
Okay.
But I don't really find that thing very friendly. The group.
Well, call them.
Call them.
Call
okay.
them.
Okay.
Call them if you don't, and that's what I mentioned earlier in the training. If you don't want to get on their computers, give them a call and say, hey, I have a group going. It's going to be good. They'll set it up on the line with you. They'll give you a code, and then you can go on there. You can, send the link to your clients, and they can go in there and they can click on the link and they can book their packages themselves.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Because it'll only have the air. They can include their air from where they are, their O&D, but it'll only have that hotel that you locked in with the rates or whatever. It's going to be a fluctuating rate, but it'll only be that specific hotel for those days. Right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I think I had one more question. Miss Judy, did you have a question? I think I saw your, I don't see it anymore, but I see you. No other questions? Okay, well, I see you here. Hi, Miss Judy.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, my dear.
Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so here's the deal. I have one just clarification, and the other one is, I guess, a comment or comment question. But the first one is about Ensemble. So Ensemble basically, so from what I'm realizing, I'm just starting to try to deal with Ensemble. But with Ensemble, so basically it's more like a catalog because it's not a booking engine, correct? More like something for...
Exactly. It's for a catalog, and but it's a catalog exclusively for us agents with IntelliTravel. Okay. So if you go around and go in there, and they have great tools for us, because like I said, if you go into the IntelliTravel post office, they have a really advanced email and direct mail marketing system that we really need to utilize. And like I said, that's where I got these from. And these are amazing because look how thick it is. And everything is in here, the art of luxury, and every trip that you can think of is in this and all the villas in Rome and Italy, I mean places. These are tools that we need as agents, because then when you have these, then you, right? And when your clients want something, I saw this and so and so, and these are our preferred suppliers. This is not some Condé Nast or, these are actually our preferred suppliers. So you want to really connect with these. And then you also want your clients to connect with them, because then they'll be familiar and they'll say, Judy, that I received that thing from your company. You sent me that thing, and I really want to look into that Italy trip. And then you can tell her, oh, where did you find that? Oh, I found it on page 274 in the Art of Luxury. And then you can go in there and you can pull it up and you can book them.
Okay. Now, where in Ensemble do we, because I was trying to find that, where to sign up, because some of my team got those, and I never got one. I'm like, what did you do to get that? And they're like, I don't know.
You never got one? What do you mean you never got one? Are you kidding me?
No, I downloaded them on my computer because I never got a physical magazine or anything. No.
Okay, I'm going to log in real quick and show you 1 second.
Okay.
My computer's moving a little slow here. Can you guys see me logging in?
Yes.
Yes. You guys see me putting my password in and all of that?
Oh, no, we don't see none of that. We're on Elite Team Basic Travel Training PowerPoint.
Oh, I'm on IntelliTravel trying to log in. I'm going to bring you guys in a second. One second. I'm trying to log in here. My computer's moving like snail mail or something. IntelliTravel, where are we? Boom. There you go. You guys see?
No.
No.
There it is. Now we see it. Now it's there.
All right. I'm like, what? I know my computer's moving a little slow, but come on now. So you want to go to VIP Partners Exclusive, right?
Okay.
And then you want to scroll down. And you want to get started, access Ensemble. And automatically, you're going to have a profile. Or see, it's automatically logged in because you're logged into your IntelliTravel back office.
Right.
Now, all you have to do is go in here and go in and change your profile. Go in and add, features and things that will, when someone's looking for a travel agent, this is Agent Finder. When you fill out this information here in your profile, When people, if you ever go to ensembletravel.com, you'll see what their platform is set up for people who are looking for a travel agent. And so when they put that in, they'll find you there. But that's pretty much all you have to do. When you're looking for an actual cruise, oh, I didn't mean to hit log out. Oh, no. My computer's moving slow, but it sure is not moving slow.
It did that fast, didn't it?
Right. It sure did move fast right there. Okay, so, oh boy, I don't even know my login. Look, let me do this again, 1 second. I don't know my login because this is how I always log in.
Right, me too.
Yeah, so you want to go to search. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so you don't even have to go to search. So right here, so they may want a hotel or they may want a river cruise or a cruise. And you want to click on it like we're already clicked on cruise. So now these are all the cruises that they have. Now this one is a Silver Sea Cruise, and it's an Ensemble preferred supplier. It doesn't have a icon that shows that it's an exclusive offer, and it doesn't have a host. It's not a hosted cruise. It's only a preferred Ensemble preferred supplier. So that means that they're connected with. We never look at these prices because we can't book, and the cruise lines have more updated prices than this, so we never go by these prices. But you can click in here, and you can get some more information on this particular Silver Sea Cruise or all the other ones that are listed here. Well, that's what the info. My stuff is so slow, guys. I'm so sorry. And then, of course, you can print that page right here if you wanted to send it to your client. You know, you pull up information and they want information on the cruise, and you can, you know, print that as well. And then, of course, here, this is where with the programs, this is where you get to see the hosted cruises, all the hosted cruises, the hotels and collection, resort collections, the Lux Life. The Lux Life is like maybe your guest may want tickets to the Grammys or, you know, that exclusive type luxury. And then, of course, On Location is just a little bit down from that exclusive life luxury. That's luxury as well, where you can get those wine country tours that I mentioned to you guys about, and really beautiful, off the beaten path packages for your clients. You know, not everyone wants to be in the limelight and with everyone. So, you know, you'll find people spend a lot more money for off the beaten path packages, okay? So open up yourselves to those. And then Villa Collection. So all of them, you want to go into programs, and that's where you'll find those. And, of course, I mentioned those newsletters and stuff that you can go into IntelliTravel back office and also access them there. But that's where you will get the most of the in the products, in programs, you'll get that, or you can always go into search. Over here to the left, to your right, I think, you're right. This is where you can actually filter the search. So, like, if you're looking for a hotel off the beaten path, maybe in Italy, you want to go in here and you want to select Italy. And you have 56 properties in Italy. You want to use the filter. It really narrows things down when you use the filters because there's a lot of properties in here. And then there also might be a certain city that they want to use, and you want to narrow it down, certain city in there. But you want to, once you get this Italy, you know, you get the country, you want to find maybe your clients, whatever it is your clients are looking for, you can scroll down here and you can find it and, you know, get some info on it, and so that you can help book them. We get commissions from these, okay? So you want to definitely get in there and try to utilize Ensemble the best way you can. I wanted to show you guys this really quick. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but when you go to the Book Travel tab, there's an Activities right here. And when you click on Activities, like let's say maybe your clients want to book hotel only, and you don't necessarily want to go to FunJet or GoGo or one of those. You want to just go in your back office and you just want to book a hotel there. And then they said, well, Judy, you know, I would love to go to Vegas and I want to do the shows and blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is that they want, you can go in here and you can find it by going to the Activities tab, Get Booking Now. And this is where you can go in and you can maybe put Las Vegas. And then you'll be able to see all of the different activities and things that you can purchase for your clients right here in your back office. And guess what, guys? You don't have to register your booking. You get your commissions, right? I purchased some tickets for the aquarium for my son here. So you guys want to go in here and you want to put in the information. As you can see, you can use the filter or you can use a keyword and you can put in the information. And as you can see right here on the left here, the navigation bar, all the different things that you can do. Kids-friendly stuff, cruise and wine, water tours, outdoor activities, shows and concerts and sports, sightseeing, tickets, theme parks, touring, classes and workshops, walking and biking tours, water sports, weddings and honeymoons, all of that in the back office. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention real quick. I know I'm taking up your time trying to keep this under an hour, and we're already an hour and a half. So I'm done. I'm done talking. Any other questions? You guys will make me go if I go. How about that?
And I had one other question, Marcia.
Sure. Sure, darling.
With Carnival, I've been booking a lot with Carnival, but lately, and the one thing that I am finding is, I heard you say that you like to stay on until they send over the email, and then, but with Carnival, they wouldn't send it to me. They said they have to send it through IntelliTravel, and IntelliTravel will send it to you. So
that is so not true. That is so not true. I have Susan on the line. Susan has a group going out with Carnival. Susan can confirm. That is so not true. I booked with Carnival. I've never had Carnival send anything to IntelliTravel, because Carnival, when you call them and you identify yourself as an independent travel agent, they get your telephone, your agency telephone number, and they pull your name up. And automatically your email address, if you've never booked with them, maybe you will have to give it to them. But I promise you, Miss Judy, they will give you, if you tell them, I always give them otmtravelservices@gmail.com. All of the suppliers, they never send anything to IntelliTravel. They always send it to me, and I send it to my clients. So, like I said, when you're on the phone with them, you make sure that, and if you know what, here's the thing. If you're not getting what you want, you politely end the call and call back and get someone else. That's more experience.
Well, what I did was I actually, because the first time it happened, I was a little shocked because I had called Royal and booked, and they sent me right to my email address. And then when I called Carnival and that happened, I actually got on the chat the next day with IntelliTravel, and I said, this is very awkward. Is this something they do all the time? Is this standard? And the guy said, yes, they're supposed to send it through us, and then we will send it to you, but you have to do and I'm thinking to myself, that just don't make sense. I'm right here on the phone. I've given you all my information. And so why would I have to go through all this waiting? And then they showed me how to find it in IntelliTravel, and not IntelliTravel, on Carnival's site, just to look under booking groups. And then, I could get it and print it off, but I was like, that's still, anyway, they could, So that was my question, because I heard you guys talking, and I'm like, well, how come they wouldn't send it to me? It's crazy.
Well, maybe Susan is still on the line and she can get back on there and share, because I know that she has groups. Susan's on my team, and I know she has groups going out, and she communicates with Carnival all the time, and she's never, ever told me about that. So that's why. And I know that I've dealt with Carnival myself, and I've never experienced that. They sent me. I have the client in Dubai that he's never here, but he's always booking. So I always have to fill out that credit card authorization form, and then I have to let him know a payment is due, and then he'll say, okay, take it out this card, this amount. And I always deal with Carnival. They never, and they send it to me, and I immediately forward on to him. I never have to contact IntelliTravel.
I didn't think I should have had to. I just couldn't get that one. And then when they said, yes, that's right, I'm like, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I don't know.
So you have, is this the groups department, or is this the regular reservation department?
It was the groups department.
Interesting.
I know. I agree.
That is very interesting. But here's the thing, though. You have a group booking number, right? So you should be able to go in there and pull your own invoice and print it.
Well, that's what they told me. That's what finally someone told me to do.
I didn't hear you, Miss Judy.
I said, finally, that's what somebody did tell me to do. One of the ones, and I said, well, you know, I really don't have time to wait. I have to, you know, I need to send the information on to my clients. And so then she said, well, you know, you can go in your Carnival, go CCL. And she said, you can get it there. And so she walked me through how to get there. So that was nice. And so that's what I've been doing. You know, I just think that they should be able to send it to my email, though. Back to that.
You know what I would suggest you do? I would suggest you get on the next Carnival webinar that they have on Tuesday night, because that's where our Smart Suppliers webinars. They have a Q&A like this, not like this, because you guys can't talk. You can just send your message, and hopefully it'll be read. But they do it, and Teletravel does a great job of making sure they read as many as those emails as possible. You want to get yours in there first, you know.
Right.
But Susan just sent a message saying that she's never had that experience with Carnival, and I know she's been dealing with them since last year with her group. She never, ever told me anything like that. So I know that that's kind of a little different, and maybe the rules are different, and maybe they just started that, but that's, I don't, you know, that doesn't sound like it's the norm.
Well, I appreciate that, because that helps, so I may be a little more aggressive next time I get on the phone.
Look, try again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. Goodbye. Yeah. And then I'll hang up right back and say, hi, my name is Marcia Lashley. I do what I have to do for my clients to get what I want. That's what I do. I do what I have to do, and without violating, without disrespecting, without, you know, crossing the line. But we as travel agents, we have options, because remember, the departments that we communicate with the suppliers, they're a wholesale department. They don't deal with clients. They just deal with travel agents.
That's right.
And we generate a certain percentage of revenue to that company, to every company. So we have a certain level of respect that we expect to receive, and we have to also give.
Right.
So, but you know, we can maneuver, we can finagle a little something. Make it happen.
Thank you so much, Marcia.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Susan said they sent it to her directly today. That's great.
Yes, I saw her. That come up what she said, yeah.
That was today, yeah. I forgot she said that. And they sent it to her directly. So, yeah,
yep.
I would have hung up and called the person that Susan called.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that it was resolved, actually, and that you did get through.
Yeah.
Great. So you guys have any other questions for me? No? No more questions? You guys don't want to go home? We can hang. I don't have a day job. You guys do.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are the ones with a day job. We can hang all night. I can do this all night with you guys. You know, I can. So, you know, you guys have some questions. Let's bang them out right now. Let's get those questions out and get them resolved. And then again, we help a lot of other agents as well, because they may just be observing and they may have had an issue, but they can't remember it. And then here you go sharing yours, and then that triggered, and they remember, oh, I had that same problem. Now I don't have that problem anymore, because I learned what somebody else, just by being on the call and just by listening in. That's why it's good to have, that's why I like to have questions out there so that we can answer it. And you don't have to say who you are. I just know you. I know my peoples. We're all on the same team. So some of you guys, your voices, I know. But, you know, if you have a question, ask away, you know, and we'll get it resolved. And my goal is to help everyone succeed with their travel business, and anything that I can do to assist with that, I'm down. Okay. So I guess you guys don't have any other questions. I thank you guys for joining again this week. And, are you guys still there?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it seemed like everything was just disconnected. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't do that. I'm going to get a new computer soon. As soon as I have this one group going out on a cruise, and as soon as they come back, I'm getting a new computer.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. So I hope that the information that was shared tonight really will ignite you guys to really go out there and build your travel business up. Because there are a lot of people out there that have use for a travel agent, and we have to position ourselves in front of them. We have to position ourselves in front of them and share the knowledge that we have. And there are a lot of myths out there, myths, and we can bust those myths with information, with current information, you know, keeping up with suppliers and different weather information. People are like, I don't want to go to Hawaii. I heard there are volcanoes there. And, you know, like, no, the scientists actually gives us advance notice. They would never have us booking if they know that the volcano's going to erupt. But travel agents, we have access to that information. We have to tap into it so that we can educate our clients, and then they'll want to book with us more, because then they'll find more use for us. They're like, oh, they're useful because they can save time. They'll have us, we'll book something. We'll take a whole day to book it, and they'll take half a day to book it, or less than an hour to book it. We have to up our value system so that people can book with us more. And that's by exposing, putting things out there, getting these tools, getting these brochures and all these suppliers' information that we have, the marketing tools, the $100,000 marketing tools that we have, we can get it out there and bring those people in. I've been using them, and I've been helping, you know, increasing my income because I've been using these strategies and getting these groups booked, and the groups work. So that's why I'm suggesting that to you guys, because I know that you guys have a little bit of time. You have day jobs, and you don't have as much time as I have to put into my travel. So the quickest way to do it is to think about when you're like, maybe you go to your Saturday morning Pilates class or whatever you do in your neighborhood. Maybe you have a gardening club, or maybe, you know, you have a cards club. Maybe you guys play spades. Do it on the cruise ship. Maybe you guys are avid Super Bowl party people. Take a Super Bowl cruise trip with a group of you guys. Royal Caribbean, they have the Super Bowl on a big screen that you can book a Super Bowl cruise. They cater to these themed parties that I mentioned before. So you want to definitely get into that. That's the fun part of booking travel as a travel agent. So I just want you guys to experience that. Okay? Like, again, I hope I was able to help you guys, you know, expand, help you guys tap into your travel business and get those travel parties going and book, get those specialties out there and book. And next week I will be here again, same time, same place, with hopefully some better information for you guys to add to your travel business, okay? Thank you very much for joining me this evening, and I will see you guys next week, next Thursday, 10 p.m. right here. And this recording will be on YouTube tomorrow, so you guys should go to YouTube and go to OTM Travel Services and subscribe so that when I upload them, it'll notify you, and you can go straight to the video and go to the, you know, rewind it. Maybe you missed something, you can go back there and check it out, okay? Maybe you missed a suggestion or something that I suggested, and you can go out there and check it out, okay? Y'all have a wonderful evening, and thank you again.
You're phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Y'all have a wonderful evening.